Mutables. We made it. We made it. We made it. You need to keep being okay with speaking up, okay? I feel like sometimes you don't want to speak up for yourself. Sometimes you hold how you really feel, but you truly do need to start speaking up for yourself. And I don't want to call you out. I don't want to call you out because this is what needs to stay. Spirit is saying they want this vocal side of you to stay. However, they're saying you pick and choose who you want to have this voice box with. You pick and choose who you want to have this voice box with. And Spirit is basically saying that, like, your boundaries that you have need to be with everyone. Your boundaries that you have need to be with everyone. I feel like sometimes you set certain boundaries with certain people, but then when it comes to lovers, you're kind of looser with it. You know what I'm saying? So say, for example, your friend spills your drink. You're mad at your friend. Your man spills your drink. And you're like, oh, it's okay, David. It's okay, babe. You know what I'm saying? Spirit is like, that's confusing your mind, because then you're not gonna be able to know when to set boundaries, when not to set boundaries. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure you're setting boundaries. Make sure everyone is treating you with respect. It's not, oh, Shannon treats you with respect and Jake decides not to. No, it needs to be everyone's treating you with respect, okay? What needs to go is you trying to understand every single person that comes your way. Like, every time somebody does something negative to you, or every time somebody does something traumatic to you that makes you no longer want to speak to them, you always have to, like, dive deeper into their childhood or into how long you've known them for and what they've been through and how much. But Spirit is saying you guys have to be honest. It's just a way for you to stay. It has more so less to do with them, and it has more so to do with you wanting to stay and you not wanting to go. Okay? Because I feel like sometimes you'll find every excuse underneath the moon, sun, and stars to be like, oh, no, they're not. They're doing this because of that. They're doing this because of this. And Spirit is literally like, baby, I'm trying to talk to you. I'm trying to let you know that this person is tweaking a little bit. You need to pull your energy back, okay? So that's what you need to let go of, all right? Virgo, you need to embrace your magical energy. I just heard bruja, so you could be Hispanic and into magic. But yeah, Spirit is basically saying you need to invest in your magic. Okay, I just saw 222 pop up. All right, you guys need to take the time to literally invest in spells. I feel like a lot of you guys have been thinking about it, have been attempting to get into it. You've been doing a little dabble here and there, but you really need to tap into it. Okay. Spirit is not telling you it for no reason. They're telling you it for a reason. 222, you are seeing things for what they are and not for what you want them to be. That's because you're asking for guidance from your guides on how you can improve your life. The first way is by accepting and seeing people for who they are so that you can make choices that align with your future. Okay, so normally you used to see things with rose-colored glasses. Now things are being revealed to you. Okay, so I think that's why this card was popping up here, especially too, because I also think you are starting to trust in your intuition. Your intuition seems to be strengthening during this time. And the reason why it's strengthening is because with each time you do a ritual during the new moon, I feel like it's strengthened. So each time you guys do like candle magic or releasing ritual, it strengthens because you are moving into alignment. You are moving with things that align with you. What needs to be released is the fact that you are always trying to be optimistic when people have shown you nothing but pessimistic ways, okay? You have to start going by based off of what you see and not what you think. All right. Go based off of what's in front of you. Stop falling in love with potential. All right. A lot of you guys are finding new ways to cope with people disappointing you. And Spirit really wants you to just see people for who they truly are. Okay. So release them rose-colored glasses. Pisces, what needs to stay is your ability to keep things to yourself, okay? Not everything needs to be kept to yourself, but a good portion of things need to be kept to yourself, okay? There's no need to share things with others if there's no change happening. There's no need to share things with others if there's no change happening. Learn to keep things to yourself and keep remaining things to keep to yourself, okay? Because all you're doing is just giving people an opportunity to talk about things that it's really none of their business, okay? They wouldn't even know it if you didn't tell them, all right? So with that being said, let's keep that to ourselves. That's something that needs to stay. What needs to go is you feeling like, I don't want to say feeling like you have too much options, but sometimes you'll have too much options displayed in front of you, or you feel like you have too much options displayed in front of you, and it'll make you be very frivolous with your choices. Like, I feel like you'll be like, oh, I'll just choose this, or I'll just choose that, or I'll just, like, you don't, I don't want to say you don't think as much, but you more so impulsively decide to choose things. Because you're like, oh, so many options are being presented for me at once. Or you'll create plan A, B, C, D. And because you create plan A, B, C, D, it makes you like impulsive with your choices. Spirit says you still need to trust your intuition. Because the chances are, if you decide to rush into things and try to take things that don't belong to you, that's not for you, yes, don't belong to you. Because initially when you do these things, you're tapping into things that don't align with you. Your spirit team is saying you will face the repercussions. All right, so don't do it. Sagittarius, this is something that you often dislike about yourself, but this is something that you need to admire about yourself. The fact that you can actually feel your emotions. You take the time to feel out your emotions. You feel everything within deeply. And it's something that you really dislike because you don't like feeling angry. You don't like feeling sadness. You don't like feeling these things. But what you don't understand is the more that you feel these things, the easier it's going to get you to work through it. Sometimes people only struggle to get through things and work through things because they don't know how to process their emotions. They don't know how to feel these feelings. You felt them. You know how to process them. So it's very easy for you to coach yourself out of it and build yourself up to a more peaceful area. As for things that you need to release, I definitely feel like you have to release not tending to yourself. I feel like you don't tend to yourself enough. You only tend to yourself when like you need to tend to yourself. You only tend to yourself when like you are like going through something heavily. It's okay for you to put yourself first, okay? Don't feel bad about putting yourself first. Don't feel bad about tending to yourself. I feel like a lot of times people make you feel bad about giving yourself TLC, but then when you stop giving yourself TLC, those people are not giving you TLC. So it's like you have to get it from somewhere, okay? So let that guilt be released from you thinking that you don't deserve this type of energy, all right? You are very deserving of it. Act like it.